Mine is Heaven parking lot. Here we are. Joe and Buck Waldron. Nick's daughter can't imagine what she's going through. I guess a lot. Since her dad is dead. Her dad is dead, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yuli, you actually came.
Yes, I did.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
So,
You left.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
Let me explain. Let's not talk about this. I'm sorry. We're gonna not take, let's not talk about this. This is just like running away from responsibilities, and that's not what we're doing anymore. We are going to chase after the responsibilities now. This is our moment. Let me explain. No, we're not gonna whine about explaining. Like, she doesn't want your wimpy explanation, so we're just gonna say we're sorry. That's all.
Look, Joan, I messed up.
You said you wouldn't leave. You said... I don't remember exactly, but you pinky swore.
I didn't mean to lie. I just screwed up. After Anna broke up with me, I'm sorry. I wish words meant anything. I wish this didn't make it harder for you to trust me now.
You could have at least called something, especially after... You know, after my dad.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead?
What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything.
An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation?
A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself.
This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on.
Friends don't lie to each other.
Even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Well, and that is something where my pal and I are not on the same side, because I think we should poke. I mean, the game is leading us to poke either way, but like, you know, we can have a new bonding moment with that kid. She likes us. We do generally like her too. I mean, as friends. But like, there are trust issues and we can rebuild that, and we are on the journey to, you know, heal wounds. And just leaving everything closed and just leaving again will not help us heal those wounds he's got. So we are actually not listening to Mr. Psychiatrist or whatever, because he's giving hard psychiatrist vibes. We are gonna promise to look into it.
Okay, I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but
You want to know for sure. I get it.
thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
Oh, you are.
I do.
She's right.
See you inside.
That's a cute picture. I mean, she's so tiny. I'm sure we're gonna take some anti-anxiety pills before, or else, I don't know, he's gonna flip. Let's look around. Kathy's, whatever, car. Her car is older than her daughter.
Seems
Happens.
Kathy's been keeping this running 100,000 miles past its prime. I hope she's not running short on money.
We hope that for everybody. Running short on money is not ideal, I would say. Okay, we can't look at any of these cars. Can you go over there? The coal mine is heaven. Bar has changed its logo, but never changed its name.
The old bar sign reminds me of when Nick and I were still kids.
Back door. Bar's back door. Coming through the back will get me looks.
Ethan keeps a spare key around, but I should use the front.
Yeah, you should. There's Wood police car. The forces seen better days.
Some of the police force stopped by, which means most of the police force stopped by.
How poetic. And we're gonna look at the journal now. Oh. Everyone knows Nick and I were best friends. Everyone thinks I owe it to him to be here. His daughter Joan goes even further. She thinks I should stay here and investigate her father's death. Our old boss, Walter, is sure to have something to say too. I won't be able to sneak past him. Oh, so Walter is probably the one in front of the door. Go inside the bar. People, we got more about Nick. Apparently, here. Coal mine is heaven. Arcade games were the first friends you had. And Nick Waldron was your first real friend. I'm somewhere in between, of course. And it all started here, at the coal miner's heaven. The bar had an old arcade machine the owner, Mr. Edwards, rescued from some junkie. Wait, that sentence just really sounded weird. The bar had an old arcade machine the owner, Mr. Edwards, rescued from some junkie. My pronunciation was really weird right there. You'd spent the whole afternoon here, playing Pac-Man until it got dark outside and the bar filled up with miners craving a cheap drink. And Mr. Edwards eventually kicked you out. You'd beg him to let you stay and play some more, but he thought it was already nice of him to let you in at all. He'd even leave the machine on free play most days. He was a tough guy, an amateur boxer, not big on drunks or underage kids arguing with him when it was time to go home. One day there was another boy playing Pac-Man at the bar. You watched him play, hoping he'd leave soon. Suddenly, he turned to you and said, "My cousin swears there's a magic pill that makes the ghosts stay blue forever. But it only appears on the 100th board, at the center where the fruit's it." "Does your cousin talk a lot of bullshit?" you asked. The boy scratched his head like he seriously thought about the answer, and finally said, "Yeah, all the time." And you both burst out laughing. You played together the rest of the afternoon. Nick bet your high score, and then you bet his. It got late, and you both got kicked out. That was when Nick invited you over to his place. The next day, Nick waited for you at the school gate. He walked you to the miner's heaven, like he wanted to make sure you wouldn't run away. You didn't. Not then. That is interestingly written. Wait. The first sentence is quite interesting. Let's read that again. Arcade games were the first friends you had, and Nick Walden was your first real friend. I'm somewhere in between, of course. It is not written in Sam's perspective. So it's probably written in that psychiatrist dude's perspective, I would guess. Because it's always written about Sam in the you perspective. I don't know the name of the psychiatrist dude. But I'm really guessing it's written from his perspective. And I mean, considering how long that was ago, that scenario, that alter ego or that imaginary friend, whatever he actually is, must have been there for a really long time already and just never left. Maybe he's also taking the anxiety pills to just numb the other person so I don't know if it helps not let him show up. Maybe. We will see. Joan Bug Waldron. Of all people I heard when I left Basswood, Joan is the one who least deserved it. She was just a kid, and my goddaughter. But it's a tough job to be a lonely kid's only friend. I couldn't hack it. Now that her dad died, things aren't going to get any easier for her. Angry, hurt, stubborn. Hard to believe Joan was the one who nicknamed me Merle. Not that I'm looking for an excuse. I made a promise to a child that will break her heart whether I keep it or not. What if she's right about her father's death? What will that do to her? And what if I can't give her the answer she's hoping for? But the people get introduced from his perspective now. So like the mementos, we only found one now. But if we find others, we can analyze that further if all the mementos are written in that alter ego perspective and the descriptions all in his perspective, or what the thing about that is. And aren't there any other children in that town? Or why does that girl need a 30-something, I don't know how old he is, year old man as her only friend? I don't know if that's really so much fun to be around an old person all the time, but well. Stats. Cold feet. Reunion with Joan. I promised Joan I'd ask some questions about her father's death. So that's about how other people also chose. Okay. Okay.
Might as well
Gas
talk
station.
to Walter. I'll have to sooner or later.
Walk, 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 walk. Guess we can't go
A
to
little
the gas
late to
station.
turn back. I might as well see it through.
We can't go to the gas station. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for trying. I won't do that anymore. Just kidding, I will. Coal mine is heaven. Everything has to be referenced to the mine. Yeah, that would actually be so annoying, I guess, to be honest. If everything in your town has to reference to one thing, but like you don't like that thing, I would think that's annoying.
Same old town, same old bar. The more things change.
What's that? Walleye Wednesdays. Peel and eat shrimp. 40... Whatever that sign is. That's not a dollar sign. 40 something. Cents maybe. A piece. Eat in only. $2 reflection pound. So we can eat shrimp.
Yes.
Walter
the cat food is
Dodson.
under the sink. Yes, yes,
From
it
Boss
is,
Friendly
Mother.
as ever.
Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years?
It looks nice.
Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug. It's a Basswood back in town requirement. So good to see you. Even if I
Step
wish
back,
the circumstances
hug
were
him.
different. In times like these, we need
Yeah,
the
we gotta
comforting
hug
touch
him.
of others. At least I do.
He's a nice. He seems like a nice guy. He deserves a hug.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. You get the
Suspicious.
chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
Yep, we will catch up inside. In the room where it happens. The room where it happens. Let's take a newspaper.
I haven't read an issue of this paper since I left. I wonder how they've been doing without me.
Probably also hard to get if you're not in town. The Basswood Jungle. Basswood's local word on the local world. Local legend honored today by Walter Dodson. Earlier this week, our dear colleague Nicholas Waldron passed away in a tragic car accident. He will be set to rest tomorrow at Heaven's Gate Cemetery. Before his family, friends and co-workers share a drink at the coal miner's heaven to honor the memory of a dearly departed friend. Longtime readers will no doubt recognize his name, as there have been days when it was the byline of over a half the articles littering this plucky paper. Nick was loved by his family and colleagues. He is survived by his daughter Joan and his ex-wife Kathy. Continued on page 3. The West Virginian Diggers. Our boys are back. I thought there was something wrong at that momentum before, because I was like, wasn't his name Waldron? But at the momentum there was Waldon. And I was like, huh. It's well done. So yeah. Something tragic must happen, so you're at the front page. Sad. Yep.
Must have been a hard issue to write.
Yeah, probably if somebody's bad. No. My old boss at the paper. I'd say he taught me everything I know, but given my track record, that wouldn't be much of a compliment. I always thought Walter was the decent sort. The rare breed who truly believes his job is to serve the community. Seeing the old joker was nicer than I'd expect. And I think that was... you don't often make it to the front page of a newspaper with good news. Not even in Basswood. Car crash. Walter did a good job on the obituary. You don't make it to the front page with good news. Sadly. We'll look at it first.
I'm not ready for this.
But you gotta be going in there. So now do it. Do it.
Here we go.
Do it like Nike. Just do it. Coal minus heaven.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires. Would that mean you couldn't leave town?
Oh, those
And
guys
you are
seem like bad
leaving
blood.
town right after this, right?
No,
If
no,
you
no.
are,
We are not
Nick's memory only goes so
making
far.
stress right here. We're not stressing. We're here for
That's what I
some
thought.
old memories and not for stressing, you know.
Come on, it ain't worth it. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Leaving as soon as I can, he started, just here for Nick. Yeah, we're not gonna whine about that he started. We're just here for Nick. That's all we're here for. We just want to mourn for our dear friend and remember him, and that's all we're gonna do here.
I'm only here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Shame that. You watch yourself.
You watch yourself. Just because you're a cop, are you even on duty right now?
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board.
Are you allowed to
That's
be
what
here
people
if
do,
you
right?
are in duty? Journal update. Nick's wake barely made it inside the bar, but things have already taken a strange turn. Joan is obsessed with the idea that her father's death wasn't an accident. She wants me to investigate. I can't get it out of my head. It's as if a long dormant part of me has been awakened. Attend the wake. Pay homage to Nick. DeClane Stephenson. DeClane's the local law enforcement. I vaguely remember him from school. He used to get into fights a lot, usually to protect smaller kids. No one was surprised that he became a cop. Perfect. Joel Lopez. All the miners in Basswood lost their jobs when the mines closed. I know better than to provoke them. Yes. Especially because you are kind of the reason for that, you know. You shouldn't. So yeah. Let's go. Take a look around.
You always did know how to start a ruckus. Can't say I've missed that.
Old-timers in general already don't like me, and the article just made it worse.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam. Why don't you drink to Nick on the other side of the bar?
Yeah, we go. I will go. Who are you guys?
That's the guy who got the mine closed.
I can't believe he showed up after what happened.
Excuse me? I'm showing up to my best friend's funeral. Excuse me? Bad people. Booth applause chair. Hasn't been replaced in decades.
That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Well, not your table anymore, kiddo.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
What did you think of it? It took a lot of research. I don't want to talk about it. We are not going down. I don't want to talk about it, road. Like, it must be a really special case that we are going to choose that as an answer. So generally, we don't. We are gonna choose always something different. I mean, besides it's like a really, really special case. Let's just ask for his opinion, I think.
Oh, you read it. What do you think?
Of the writing? Fine. Fine. Of the reporting? Something that needed to be done. Many medicines are a bitter brew, but you still need to take them.
That's
true.
Nice of you to say.
Oh, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
What he just said is exactly right, let's be honest. And I mean, his trip to his town right here is exactly that. The bitter brew that he just has to take. So, yeah. I'm gonna do that.
No more than 3,000 milligrams.
Arcade machine.
I thought it was 4,000.
Nick always had a high score.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine.
That amount is damaging